In the summer of 1518, an inexplicable and terrifying event unfolded in the city of Strasbourg, which was part of the Holy Roman Empire. This strange occurrence is now referred to as the Dancing Plague, or the Dancing Mania. The incident began when a woman named Frau Trophäa suddenly began dancing in the streets, and at first it seemed harmless. However, it didn't stop there. What started as a singular strange behavior quickly spiraled out of control. More and more people began to join her one by one, until dozens and eventually hundreds of people were caught in a mass trance-like state. These people could not stop dancing, even when they were exhausted. Some dancers reportedly danced for days on end, with no way of halting their movements, not even to sleep or rest. The bizarre nature of this event captured the attention of people across Europe, leaving historians and scientists puzzled for centuries. But what caused this strange and deadly outbreak? How could so many people be affected in the same way? And why did it seem to spread so rapidly? Let's take a deeper look into this perplexing incident that continues to mystify us today. The origins of the dancing plague can be traced back to July 1518, when Frau Trophäa, a woman from Strasbourg, started dancing uncontrollably in the city's streets. At first, it seemed to be just an isolated outburst, but soon others joined in, unable to stop themselves. What seemed like a strange quirk turned into a full-on epidemic. Within a matter of days, dozens of people were dancing in unison, and as the days turned into weeks, the number grew to around 400 individuals. The people dancing appeared to be in a trance-like state, seemingly unable to stop even if they wanted to. Some dancers reportedly went without food or water, and they danced relentlessly for hours, even days. This continued for weeks, and as the event unfolded, people began to witness the phenomenon spreading across the town, infecting both young and old men and women. The city's residents were utterly shocked. It was clear that something powerful and highly unusual was happening. At the time, there was no understanding of mental health disorders, let alone any recognition of mass psychological phenomena. This strange outbreak of uncontrolled dancing was not just a rare oddity. It was now becoming a public health crisis. As the number of dancers grew, so did the panic and confusion. Local authorities were desperate to find an explanation and a solution to the crisis. However, the officials were in a state of bewilderment. They had no idea what was causing the dance mania, and they sought out the best physicians of the time to give them answers. The physicians concluded that the dancers were suffering from a condition known as hot blood, which they believed was caused by an imbalance in the body's humors. The hot blood theory suggested that the only way to treat the condition was by continuing the dancing, in the hopes that it would work itself out. This led the local authorities to take a drastic step. They organized professional dancers and musicians to play music for the dancers, hoping to cure the epidemic by encouraging more movement. The hope was that the added rhythm would help the dancers get their fix and eventually stop the madness. But instead of calming the situation, this only worsened it. The number of dancers increased, with even more people joining in, all caught in an uncontrollable urge to dance. It was a dangerous cycle. People were pushed beyond their limits, and many began to collapse from exhaustion, while others died from strokes or heart attacks, all due to the continuous and unrelenting dancing. Over the centuries, many different theories have been put forward to explain the dancing plague of 1518. The most popular theory is that the dancers were affected by ergotism, a condition caused by eating bread made from rye that had been contaminated with a toxic fungus called Claviceps purpurea. This fungus produces a substance called ergot, which is chemically similar to LSD. The consumption of ergot can lead to hallucinations, spasms, and a range of strange behaviors, which may have caused the uncontrollable dancing. This theory gained traction because ergot outbreaks have been known to cause other bizarre symptoms, such as convulsions and delirium. However, the ergot theory is not universally accepted. Some historians believe that the dancers were experiencing mass hysteria, a psychological phenomenon in which groups of people begin to mimic behaviors out of fear, stress, or extreme emotional tension. Strasbourg was dealing with terrible poverty, disease, and even the aftermath of recent wars, conditions that could easily contribute to widespread mental distress. Some people even speculate that the dancing was an expression of social or political frustration, a collective cry for help from a society on the brink of collapse. Ultimately, the truth remains elusive, as no one can definitively prove what caused such a strange and destructive event. Eventually, after weeks of dancing, the dancing plague began to subside, but not without leaving its mark on the city and its people. The exact reason for the end of the event is unclear. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to explore more amazing history with us.